All right, we're here. We made it. We're live. Welcome in, everybody. Here we go. We made it. I'm here. All right, everybody, welcome in. Welcome to another Monday Night Live. I'm your host, Jordon Cox. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in on YouTube, on Facebook. Get in here. Let's hang out. We got some racing to talk about. We got racing going on right now with the Super Dirt Car Series over at Mohawk. Our birthday boy, Mike Mahaney, is currently racing at Mohawk International. As far as I can tell by the live timing, is fastest in his group. His core is is in the B group here. Sorry guys, I'm kind of going at this live here. It had an A and a B group, and it looks like he was fastest overall. So guys, drop some happy birthdays in the chat. Wherever you're at. That did not mean to rhyme that. Anyway, let's drop some happy birthdays for Michael as he's getting her done at Mohawk International Raceway tonight with the Super Dirt Car Series. I'm going to have live timing up here in the corner. Not in the corner, I'll probably take up half the page. So you won't have to see too much of my face. So we can keep track of that. Let me pull that up here right now, actually. There it is. So I just refreshed it. So it's just the Super Dirt Car Series stuff. But yeah, there he is, top of the board, Michael. But hello, guys. Sorry, I have to say hi to my daughter, Emma. Hi, Emma. It's time for you to go to bed. Anyway, yeah. Guys, drop a like for me. Leave a comment. Say, hey, how you doing? We got some people over here on Facebook saying hi. Robert, thank you. Yeah, we'll try to have a great show. Wally, appreciate you watching both on YouTube and Facebook. Dennis, have a great show watching from Indianapolis. Happy birthday to Mike Mahaney Racing. There he is. Happy birthday. Yeah, guys, if you drop a comment, sorry I don't have it hooked up for my Facebook for the Facebook yet, but we got it over here on YouTube. Hey, if you write something interesting, you might just get your comment up on the board. Felicia says hi. Hi. I appreciate you watching wherever you're at, but I can put the comments up from YouTube. Don says, get that birthday win, Mike. Over on Facebook, Don saying what we're all thinking. Get that win. He's had a good string of runs here. So hopefully he's going to keep that up as the from this past week. Mike's running real well. Raining in Delaware, Felicia says. All right, guys, how about all right, Isaac over on Facebook saying we brought him some birthday cake tidbits today. Happy birthday. Nice. I'm sure he appreciated that. There we go. Here. Oh, nice. Put it up on YouTube. We'll put it up there. There you go, Isaac. Again, I'm sure he appreciated that. All right, so we got Heat 1 for the Sportsman going out. So we'll put that down. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on the modified, seeing if they're going to be up while we're live, and we'll put it back. I'll put it back up if we'll get some modified racing going. And we'll talk about them racing over at Mohawk. Let's see. We'll get into some dirt track untold driver results here. It was mostly just Mike. Billy went out and won Thursday at Georgetown, along with Mike winning at Airborne on Thursday. And then Billy called it a week, which, hey, sometimes you just got to pack it in for the week, right? For the dirt track untold drivers, we had Mike at Fulton on Wednesday, where Michael would bring home a 4th place finish at Fulton. Like I just said, on Thursday night, Billy was at Georgetown, Mike was at Airborne, and the boys swept the night, bringing home 2 wins from Georgetown and Airborne. Friday, you had Mike in the big block up at Albany, Saratoga, finishing 7th. And then racing yesterday at Cornwall in the O Canada 100. Mike would bring it home 7th from the 100 lapper yesterday. So there's your dirt track untold driver result roundup, or whatever you want to call it, for this past week of racing. But pretty awesome to see both the boys winning on Thursday. What do we got here? Steven Dobbs on Facebook saying, happy birthday, Mike. Yeah, Mike's on a roll, that's for sure. He's got, what, like 3 out of his last 7? Something like that. Derek with a happy birthday, Mike. Michael Butler, what's up, man? What's up, man? Shout out to Michael Butler, who has been a contributor when we did our race day live, which hopefully we can do one of those again soon. I'd love to do another one of them. Yesterday would have been a good time. But we got to schedule something out there. But Mike Butler, with a 3rd place finish at New Egypt Speedway this past Saturday, with the crates being on. No modifieds there, but the crates being on. Dave, hey Dave, on the YouTubes. Quick time in Group B right now. Yep, that's what I had up there before, but I'll let the people know via your comment. I had it up there before they switched to the Sportsman timing. But yeah, quick time. So Michael's getting it done up there right now, so that's good. Let's see. Driver schedule coming up here at the beginning of July. I like saying it like Larry Mack does. July. Anyway. You'll have Billy at Grandview Speedway tomorrow. I'm assuming that's a Thunder on the Hill show for Grandview Speedway. And I'm going to have to guess, but he'll probably be in the Breitenstein 14 for that. You'll have Mike at Can-Am Wednesday. Can-Am Speedway for Mike on Wednesday. And then Land of Legends Raceway for Mike Thursday. I believe that is the next Super Dirt Car Series race. Give me 1 second here. I've lost, not my marbles, I've lost my notes. Stars and Stripes Spectacular for the Land of Legends for the Super Dirt Car Series on 3rd. So Thursday, catch that on Dirt Vision, just like tonight's show. Don't watch it now. Maybe watch it alongside of me. We can watch it together. And what else do we have? And then Mike with a Michael and Billy. Mike and Billy running Albany Saratoga on Friday night on the 4th of July. I believe Billy's taking his own car up there. I could be wrong, but I believe he is taking his own car. I don't know for sure, fortunately. And then Billy will be back at New Egypt Speedway on the 5th for Saturday night. Mike will be at Devil's Bowl on Saturday night. Weedsport on Sunday. And then we'll kind of wrap it around with back to New Egypt next Tuesday for the Short Track Super Series race. But we'll be live Monday beforehand to talk about that. So you got Billy at Grandview tomorrow, Mike at Can-Am Wednesday, then Thursday Land of Legends for Mike, Friday Mike and Billy both at Albany Saratoga, Saturday New Egypt Speedway for Billy, Saturday Devil's Bowl for Mike, Sunday Weedsport for Mike. There you go. End of statement. Dave hopes to be at Albany and then Weedsport. All right. Sounds good. I was really, of all times for me to maybe go and do a New York trip, go hang out with everyone up at one of the New York racetracks, would have been this week with Billy and all those guys going up. But we got 4th of July plans, so we'll be down here. Hopefully a New York trip coming up soon. That Albany show would have been cool. Cool to see Billy and Mike both race. But we'll get another time in. We got 4th of July stuff to do. Anybody with their 4th of July plans, drop them in the comments here. Let me know what are you going to the races on the Friday night? What do you guys got going on? Christmas in July at New Egypt Speedway on Saturday. Bill, thank you. Yes, I saw the advertisement. Christmas in July. You got your modified, your crate sportsman, your 305 sprint cars, street stocks, and rookies. Saturday at New Egypt Speedway. So that'll be fun. Fun time. Should be a fun time. Let's see where our results are at right now. We're still working on the sportsman. All right. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to be watching any modifieds while we're live here or not. Not that we're going to be watching them, but all right. Guys, we'll get into it real quick here. Some results from your National Touring Series. For the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, you had David Gravel winning at Cedar Lake back on Friday night. Over Carson Macedo. Then Carson Macedo would come back and grab the win on Saturday night for his first Cedar Lake victory. All that stuff is on Dirt Vision. Next up for the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars, guys, they will be at Deer Creek Speedway on July 10th, so they got a week off here coming up. World of Outlaws late models. You had Friday night, Nick Hoffman picking up the win over at River City Speedway on Friday night. And Saturday night, he would capitalize or go back-to-back at Norman County Raceway up in Minnesota. These guys were racing. And then Tim McCready would finish off the weekend on Sunday at Nodak Speedway up in North Dakota. So these guys were up. So that's what, northwest, right? Northwest-ish area. They'll be back in action this upcoming weekend at Deer Creek Speedway for the World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Models. The USAC. Let's, I feel bad that I don't normally cover this, but I'm going to cover it because it's a good buddy of mine. Bobby Butler with the USAC 360 series got his first career USAC 360. So the East Coast Sprint Car, USAC East Coast Sprint Division. Bobby Butler picking up the win at Clinton County. So congrats, Bobby. Picking up the win. Good for you, Bob. Look at you go, buddy. Bobby over Steven Dravicki, Ed Aiken. Next up for the East Coast, USAC East Coast Sprint Cars. They'll be at Sealings Grove. Oh, they were supposed to be at Sealings. Or did they race Sealings Grove? Did I miss something here? That must have got canceled or postponed. Anyway, congrats, Bobby. Good job, buddy. Let's see. We got the BC 39 coming up in at Indy for the National Midget Series. So that'll be coming up here. What is the schedule for the series? That is coming out. That starts Wednesday. That's championship night is Wednesday. So Monday and so tonight, the teams are getting there, and then tomorrow they start with the with all the heat races and a feature event and a 30-lap feature, and then the championship night will be Wednesday night, so you can catch all that stuff. I believe USAC's on Flow. So the BC 39 stuff for the National Midget Series. Bill over on Facebook is saying, got to get the left side of the Sportsman back together. Took some hits last Saturday. There you go. Stephen Willis, hi, sorry I'm late. All right, all good, Stephen. Hey, Jim. I would imagine you're right there at Mohawk. Yep. It's all good. Thanks for confirming. Appreciate you coming in and saying, hey, it's all good. Go get her done. Get the birthday boy a win tonight. Right? All right. And then let's see here. What's going on? Hold on. I got to pull Mohawk back up here. Hang on. Sportsman is still out there. Okay. All right. Fourth Sportsman heat's going out. Let's pull them. There we go. Pulled up here. All right, Ken. Yep. What is heat? Oh, the heats were out there? He didn't run yet. He's on the pole for the third heat. Let's go. All right. I know he was fast time in his qualifying. Yep. Jim's telling us, hey, there you go. He's fast on the pole. Jessica, hi, over on Facebook there. How you doing? Steven, you watched the win on Thursday at Airborne? Awesome. Very good. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. We're still not here yet. Hang on. All right, what are the look at that. Mike Mahaney turning 36 today and on the birthday list there. There you go. That's right, me and Mike are about the same age. He's a few months older than me. I hate getting old. All right, starting with Fulton back on, what was that, back on Wednesday? The high bank hold up for the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds. Matt Williamson picked up the win. As we talked about, Mike finished fourth that night. Thursday night, Billy Pauch Jr. picking up the win down at Georgetown. Mike Mahaney, as we talked about, picking up the win at Airborne. Gary Lindbergh picking up the win Friday at Ransomville. Friday also, we had Brian Puckett picking up the win at Penn Can. Brewerton, Chris Heil, Jimmy Phelps, Tim Sears, top three. Friday at Brewerton. Felix Wall, Peter Britton, James Meehan. Top three at Albany, Saratoga. Mike picking up the 7th place finish. Danny Creedon picking up the win Friday at Accord. Saturday, AJ Pontrabowski would pick up the win at Woodall. Merrittville, Justin Sharp picking up the win. Lebanon Valley, Chris Curtis picking up the win. Winner at Lebanon Valley was also Guy Sheldon. We had some big ones, that big blocks in 358s, I'm imagining. Land of Legends, Matt Williamson would pick up the win in the regular feature at Land of Legends on Saturday. Dwayne Howard with the win at Grandview on Saturday night. Dave Marcachilli picking up the win at Fulton. Jordan Watson winning down at Delaware International on Saturday night. Dylan Storer with the win at Bridgeport. Sorry, I'm dancing to the music now. Mario Claire, Dalton Slack, Matt Williamson were the top three for the Canada 100 for the Super Dirt Car Series yesterday at Cornwall. Why is that hidden? Why would that hide that message? I know. We still can. But he's probably busy right now, Mandee. Mandee said we should have Mike go live from Mohawk. And that would have been great. But, terrible planning on my part. We could have caught him after, qualifying. Would have been perfect. Between qualifying and his heat race. We had him all sweaty, but he would have been all happy and stuff because he just timed quick. Oh, Mario, not a good English speaker, Isaac, when he won. Hey, that's okay. Listen, he's a driver, and he had picked up a big win. So good for him. Good for Mario. What do we got? The 4 cylinders are out. All right, we may not get the live. We may not get to watch the live results of some heat race action here tonight. We'll see. How much time? What are we looking at? Yeah, we got a little bit of time. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You never know what will happen in the next 20 minutes or so. Let's see. We've been through all our results here. What do we got coming up? We already talked about our upcoming schedule for our Dirt Track Untold drivers. Guys, if you want to get in on the team, join Club DTU over on Patreon. You get first access to just about everything when it comes to the Dirt Track Untold team and family. First dibs on any merch that comes out. All of the videos that come out, you get to see them first before anybody else. So check out Patreon/Dirt Track Untold. The link is in the video description. Should still be there. I definitely haven't taken it out. Be weird if it wasn't there. Let us see. No, it's there. I'm just kidding. What did Wally say? Wally. Yes. Evergreen Raceway. I didn't see any results until literally about 2 seconds before I went live. I finally was able to find some results. So thank you for posting about that in the chat here. I'm glad that they had a decent field of cars for the asphalt racing there. That's good. And also, guys, if you head on over to, well, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're here on Facebook, on the Facebook page, was posted today. You can subscribe to our Dirt Track Untold DTU newsletter, and tomorrow we'll be sent out our July schedule for all the drivers, so you can get all of July and all the scheduling, everything that I just muttered about earlier, was muddling on about earlier, about where everybody was. You can have it written out right in front of you, sent to right to your email. I get them every week, and then you get at the first of the month, you get the entire month written out right in front of you there. And then each and every week, it gets sent out again for what's going on for that week. So you can find out where everybody's going to be. So go ahead, when you have a chance, check out on the Facebook page. There's a link right on the post to subscribe to the DTU newsletter. And you can subscribe today, tomorrow, and tomorrow you'll have a fresh email of the schedule right in your lap. And as you're scrolling through, you'll see a funny picture of Mandee and Mike holding a melon. Mike looks concerned about what's going to happen with that melon. I'll leave it at that. Anyway. Isaac, all right, modified heat up next after the 4 cylinders. All right, let's just pull the timer up right here. We got a caution on lap 1. Never mind. We're gonna wait for a little bit. See, Dave, Don, I missed your comment there. Hey, buddy, how you doing, Don? See, Dave knows what's up. See, Dave knows what's up. I rely on the newsletter for my race schedule. See, it's right there. I rely on it to do part of this show. I had to frantically text Mandee 20 minutes before I went live. Oh, crap. I don't know what Mike's doing. I just talked to the guy, but I have no idea what's going on this upcoming week. I know what's been going on the past week, but I have no idea what's coming up. And I'm like, I can't text him. He's in a race car right now. He was, probably on the second lap of that qualifying run. So I got to text Mandy like, I'm an idiot. I don't know what the schedule is. Help. Because I can normally just go right to the newsletter. I could piece it out, put it right up here for you guys. Instead, I'm like, oh, here I am, being an idiot, not being ready to go. And Dave, you're just like me. You rely on what's going on right then and there with that newsletter. Handy dandy newsletter. We've got this upcoming week as well, tomorrow, actually. Speaking of Mandee, her weekly podcast, the Dirt Track Confessions podcast, here on the Dirt Track Untold channel. We'll be dropping a new podcast tomorrow. That drops at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time each and every Tuesday. And tomorrow, we've got an interview with the iconic Glenn and Benita Heineman, the owners of the 126 Modified, driven by a whole host of famous modified names throughout the years. Most recently now with, I think Dom's running the car now. Dom Buffalino running it right now for Glenn and Benita. So Mandee talks with them about their 40-plus years as car owners, what brought them back after closing their doors after so many years, and then all the successful tips for drivers and car owners alike. So you can find that tomorrow on all podcast platforms. Tomorrow, it'll be dropping at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's one I can't wait for. That's going to be a good one. I don't know them personally, but I've always heard really good things about Glenn and Benita. So that's pretty cool. So you can catch that tomorrow. Man, we're getting held up here with the four cylinders. I'm not talking bad about four cylinders. I'm just saying. We're getting held up here. Hopefully everything's good, but we've been under caution for a while. Or am I frozen? Oh, here we go. Oh, no, we got a red flag. That's not good. All right. Well, it got even worse since the last time I looked at it. Yikes. All right. Jeez. Oh, man. I was really hoping we'd get to live react to some stuff here. Let's get into, so we're going to watch, we got a couple interesting videos here. So we'll switch over to smaller version of me on the screen. So what do we call this? Our rec. We got a couple wrecks of the week here. Oh, and some funny videos, some wrecks, some funny videos. This was figure eight racing. Boy. That was at the Slinger Speedway. The figure eight at Slinger. And you just got to go for it in that middle section there. And those guys both went for it at the same time. You know, I would love, I probably wouldn't do it now. A little bit too much more to live for these days. Man, in my younger years, I probably would have done a figure eight race. Because they're just, man, you got to be willing to take that risk. Those boys took the risk there. Next one up. I don't know if anyone's seen this one in the Flow Racing highlights over at Bowman Gray. Little flying kick to the windshield by these guys then the guy tried to tear the dude's hood off the car. That was pretty neat. But classic Bowman Gray from this past week. Dude's got a beard about 4 times the size of mine. Yep. Told the guy he's number 1 as well. Man, he sprinted across race. I don't have the video of what caused this, but there was some last lap issues with some of the front runners there, and this guy ended up on the bad end of it. And he did a flying went ahead and did a flying kick into the guy's windshield and onto the hood there. So good for that guy. Just half shell helmet. Like I said, about big old Santa Claus beard. Kudos to that guy in the red shirt for not stopping him. Saw him full sprinting over there and just went, you know what? I'm gonna sidestep this and let this guy go after it. And what's great too is I don't think the cops like he gets the guy with the security guy, he gets him to the ground, then like he doesn't do anything. He's just like, hey, go ahead and walk it off. Like I don't think they get in any trouble for that stuff. Do they get in trouble for this? Yeah, see, guy in the red shirt, he's like, yep, I don't get paid enough for this. So he sidesteps it. This guy just goes after it. Good for him. It's probably how I would have reacted to that incident. I don't know if I would have been able to jump that high, but that's an impressive jump, by the way. Like, good for that dude. And then our third one was at Port Royal, a little more local here. Some late models, some dudes in the late models not real happy with each other. I mean, this dude just full on monster truck the front of this guy's car. And then, again, as I would have reacted, this guy gets out. I don't know who any of these guys are, by the way. I didn't look into this at all. Then he got out, and I'm assuming he's in that window swinging, because that's what I would be doing. I don't know what caused this. I looked to see if I could find... I looked a little bit to try to find what caused this incident. But I'm assuming there was somebody getting spun out and somebody on the wrong end of it. And then it ended up over in turn 4 in a monster truck show. And then, like I said, this guy better be in there swinging, because this guy came over and messed up the front end of that car by running into it. Just like, I mean, man, it messes up both cars. I think that's, I don't know. What do you think about that? What do you guys think about that kind of retaliation? Because, again, like I said, I'm not a fan of using the cars like that, but some guys don't mind it. God dang. Them boys ain't right. What do you got, Dave? The same. Yes. Yeah, they were the owners of the 126. That was the, what's it? The Keystone Pretzel car, right? Is that what it was back then? So I'd imagine, yeah, I think that's the same car. Matt, yep, it's horrible. Yeah. I'm not. Listen, I'm all for if you gotta go up and give the guy a shove in the bumper or stuff like that. I'm not big on. And this isn't. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody who's done this kind of stuff. I'm just saying, for myself, I've never really been in a situation where I felt like I was that wronged to have that kind of reaction. So anytime I've had stuff, I mean, hell, I wasn't real happy about being on the wrong end of a flip last year, and I voiced my displeasure in person, thinking that the guy could have done something a little differently, and I wouldn't have ended up on my rolling over and tearing up my car for the night. And I've had guys drive inside of me and wreck me, and I've voiced my displeasure in person. I don't know if I would ever do anything like that, running into somebody with the cars and stuff on the racetrack or even in the pits. If anything, I'd go the Billy Pauch Jr. route. And like he famously ran over at Big Diamond, and while they were under red, after he was wrecked and definitely out of the race, after flipping, I believe, he took a jog over to the guy that did him wrong and reached underneath and ripped off spark plug wires. Said, there you go. You're not going to go anywhere. Have fun putting that back together. So I think that kind of passive aggressive way to do is probably the way to go in my eyes. Matt says, see a lot of retaliation and scary us. Yeah, I mean, with the cars, I mean, listen, I mean, I just showed stuff from Bowman Gray. I showed the stuff from Bowman Gray, and like that's the stuff that puts the butts in the seats at that kind of place, and it puts highlights up in front of us of stuff happening, at the madhouse. Burt Myers and those guys have driven over each other's cars, and so we talk about it, but I'm get out and figure it out with your bodies. Figure it out with, if you're gonna use, if you got to use your hands, go ahead, do that. Or if you got to yell and scream about it, do that. You got to keep the equipment out of it because, we've seen things go very wrong in that way too. So, yes, Courtney, absolutely one of my favorite Billy Pauch Jr. moments as well. It's one I keep in my head. It's one I keep in the back of my head all the time. If that type of scenario were ever to happen to me, that's probably how I would react. I would want to do I don't want something like that to happen to me, but if it ever does, I'm probably going to pull that same move. Billy's a legend for that one. I love it. The NJ State Police would love the madhouse. Matt, you are 100% right. We wouldn't have a race. There wouldn't be a racetrack anymore. Are you kidding me? Come on now. But you're right. You're right. Yes, fine art. Yes, the legendary Keystone Pretzel car. There you go. Port Royal. Dave said Port Royal wreck is described on Justin Field. Okay. Fine. Guys that run Bowman must like long weeks in the shop. Hey, they live for it, right? They live for that stuff. So I guess honestly they do. They live for that stuff. Are we still under red at Mohawk? I hope everything's all right up there. They've been red for a while for this stuff in the 4 cylinders. Anybody at Mohawk that's in the chat? We had Isaac in here before. All right. I want to watch, we'll do a watch of the highlights from Cornwall yesterday since they're fresh. And if we're not getting any modified stuff going on, I even doubt it would be a while before we even got to the third heat, so probably calling the night before that. But let's watch. I want to watch Cornwall here. I haven't watched it yet. Of course, I had it up here. There we go. There we go. Go back to this. Watch this one more time. Bam! It's funny, but it's also kind of stupid. Anyway. All right, let's full screen that. All right. Mike start at 6th. That's a neat track. A really neat looking track. Looks fast too. Whoops. Track looks real fast. What size is this? Shoo! Oh, he's over the berm. Looks like it's bigger than it. Looks like it's a little smaller than a half mile, or maybe around a half mile. Looks like it's an interesting shape. Looks like it's maybe like a tri-oval kind of shape, because it looks like they go down the back, then they kind of dive down in. Man, these guys are hauling too. These guys are moving here. Matt is asking, did I read correctly that there were small blocks and big blocks running with no weight advantage for the small blocks? I know that they had. I did see that there was like bonuses and stuff for for any small block drivers. I don't know if they were given any weight breaks or not. Did not see. Unfortunately, I did not see any of that stuff. Good racing. Oh, man. That's a bad move, man. It sucks. Well, I see why that happened. I didn't see the, it looks like Payne kind of gave him a bump down the backstretch right there. So I'm assuming Slack just said screw it and sent it in there, and but I don't really I don't think that deserved, unless something happened before this. I mean, there's a bump there. Payne takes it deep in the corner. He's already out of the stuff. I mean, that's an interesting decision. It's an interesting decision to just junk a guy for, a bump on. Like I said, I don't know. There's a bit of a gap here in the highlights between lap 48 and then they jump right to lap 70 here with these guys. I don't know if there was some hard racing before that and we just see the end of it here. But there was a bump and then he just does enough that it ends up junking him. That's a tough one. Again, I'm not in the car and I don't know the full story, but that was a tough one. Mike holding his own there in sixth. Kowski was up there. He looked like he was pretty fast. Man, you can drive deep into that corner, man. This is an interesting racetrack. I want to see more racing up here. Hey, good racing for the win there. Yeah, good for Mario. Good for Mario. I'm assuming a local. Assuming a local, so good for Mario. Hey, some good racing. Good racing at Cornwall there. So that's cool. Neat little track. Oh, we got Super Dirt car racing on the racetrack. All right, let's do it. Google says length. Hang on here. Well, it says length, quarter mile. Yeah, it looked like the turns had a lot of banking, so that's about right. It's probably like a little bit bigger than a quarter mile because it does look bigger. You're right, it does look bigger than a quarter mile, but okay. Neat. All right, real quick here. I'm going to hold up too much more of your guys' time, but let's we got heat 1. If everything kind of goes smoothly here, we'll stay through Mike's heat, and I'll leave the timing up here, and we'll live watch. It looks like Matt Williamson over Stuart Friesen in the first heat. Matty Ice, Matt Stangl finishing third. Good for you, bud. Ouch. Just cracked my neck. That hurt. Do this. I can stand behind it if you guys want. Mario Claire, great local up there. Thank you. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, all right. So, I mean, good for a local guy up there to get a good, big win. Ran a good race. Good for him. Good racing. Good racing at the. Like I said, I want to see some more racing at Cornwall. That was a neat track. Looked fast. All right, I've been told he's in heat 3, so we gotta kind of see. I'll just kind of. I'm not gonna dance. Hey, Bobby, I was talking about you. Were your ears ringing? Bobby Butler in the Facebook chat, guys. I talked about your big win, buddy. Guys, don't forget it is Mike Mahaney's birthday. Don't forget to drop a happy birthday for the birthday boy in the comments section. Yes, Matt, thank you for bringing that up. Do you have any? I should have reached out to Robbie. That's a boo-boo on my part. Do we have any information on Penny? How she's doing? Just leave that up like that. Helps me, and I still see that. All right, so we got. All right, second heat looks like it's rolling out on the racetrack now. So hopefully we can. Hopefully these guys put on a good quick show. We can watch, see how Mike does in the third heat, and then I'll let you guys go. There you go, Wally. Matt is telling me no updates as of Saturday that I have. Yeah, I like I said, I'll reach out to Robbie here and see if I can get something. But I know that things were halted at the racetrack. I wasn't at New Egypt on Saturday, but I know things were halted at the racetrack there for some time for whatever happened to Penny after the 4-cylinder race. So, sending our thoughts to the Duns, to Penny and all the Duns. Hopefully she's doing okay. All right, they're rolling here. Already just about halfway through. Phelps looks like he's driving away from Yankowski here. Sears, Payne, and all right, so the top 5 are getting in. Okay. How many heats are there? Do we know? Probably 4. If Mike's on the pole in the third heat, then there's probably going to be 4 heats. I figured it out all by myself. Thanks, guys. Top tier investigative work. Yeah, Phelps looks fast too. Who won the first one? Williamson. So we have Williamson. Looks like Phelps is running away with the second one here. A lot of really good cars in this one. Phelps, Yankowski, Sears, Payne, Perego. All right, so it looks like Phelps got the win for the second heat. All right, so third heat coming up here. We'll hang out and see how the birthday boy does. Guys, let me know what's the plan for 4th of July? You heading to the racetrack this weekend? You staying home, barbecuing, doing the firework thing? What we got going on? What's everybody doing this weekend? Yeah, that's a quick heat. We're done in under 4 minutes. Huh. I mean, that's they're only 8-lap heats, so again, more investigative work. Good job, Jordan. Oh man. Guys, quick reminder. If you don't have it on your schedule already, coming up here in the next couple weeks, literally in 3 weeks, we've got the Pauch Racing Open House over at the Pauch compound on July 20th. So make sure you add that to your schedule. July 20th from 12 to 4. We'll be at the Pauch Racing compound. You'll be able to see all the Dirt Track Untold drivers. You got Mike, you got Billy, you got PP3. Mandee will still, if Mandee hasn't popped by then, Mandee will be there. I'll be hanging out. They're going to have some live music and entertainment. And if anything else, there's just a bunch of racing people and race car drivers hanging out, BSing, hanging, and just having a good time. They're going to be unveiling the vintage car. Vintage car, or just one of Billy's old race cars that Artie's been working on. And we'll get to see that car and a bunch of other stuff. I think they're going to have a couple of the cars on display. I'm sure Billy will have his cars out. So it's a great time. Open to the public. Tell your friends. Bring the kids. All right. Green flag's out. Lap 1. Mike's still in the lead. All right. He's got half a second on Britton. Another good heat. Britton, Fuller, Rudolph. Mike's got a good heat too. Matt says, drinks and fireworks watching from the pool. All right. There we go. Christian, what's up, buddy? Attaboy, I'll see you at the open house if I don't see you sooner. All right, Mike looks like he's pulling away from Britton. Weather permitting, Wally says it'll be at the Big Diamond Speedway for the Georgie Stevens Memorial. Okay, cool. Nice. All right, nice. Be a good show over there. All right, Mike is pulling away. Driving away from these guys. Lead's getting even bigger. He's on just about a second and a half here. Thanks for stopping in, Christian, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. All right, steady over Britton here. Just shy of 1.4 seconds. All right, Mike. Good stuff. Ooh, laid down a heater there. 16.9. Yep. Put another 0.2 on that lead he had. So he is really running away in this one. Shoo, another 16-9. Now he's got almost a 2-second lead. Back her down, Mike. Come on, buddy. Back her down. You gotta win. You don't gotta win by a mile. Unless they're paying for fast time or something like that. Yeah, dang. All right. Birthday boy bringing home the heat win at Mohawk. Attaboy. Nice job, Michael. All right. Good stuff. So Mike picked up the win in Heat 3 there at Mohawk. So guys, if you're done with me, you can watch feature on Dirt Vision for Mohawk International Raceway there, the Super Dirt Car Series. Mike just won his heat. So hopefully he gets a good draw for the feature event coming up, and hopefully we're getting a birthday win for Mike Mahaney tonight. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully he gets a win. Yeah. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, see? Yeah. You knew the future. Nice. Very good. All right, everybody. Don't forget, if you're looking for merch as well, you can hit up the Dirt Track Untold website for your Dirt Track Untold merch. Mike Mahaney's merch. He's got new shirts and stuff out on his website, MikeMahaneyRacing.com. Billy Pauch Jr. has new merch for this year as well. His stuff is over on the Bob Hilbert website. Again, Pauch Racing Open House, guys, July 20th. Come on out. Come hang out with us. It's a great time. Hope to see everybody there. If I don't see you at the racetrack before then. Everybody, hopefully you have a fun and safe 4th of July weekend celebrating our independence. Enjoy the weekend, whether it's going to the racetrack or you're having some family time over this weekend. Be safe, but enjoy yourselves. Thank you for tuning in for another Monday Night Live. I appreciate everybody that comes in and stops in and hangs out, whether it's live or whether you watch it back on replay later on. I appreciate you all. Hopefully get to see everybody Saturday at New Egypt Speedway. I should be going there. But if I'll see you then. I'll see you hopefully another week or later on in the month at the open house. Guys, enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you at the races soon. Have a good night, all right? See ya.